At the time of the assassination of former Prime Minister Shinzo Abe, some students shared with me their experiences at school and home. Teachers would tell their classrooms to be cautious of the Unification Church, of getting brainwashed by their followers. Watching the news became a source of stress because of the negative and sometimes false portrayal of the community that they grew up in.
こんにちは。今回も家庭連合2世山根がお送りする山根 TV です。オールドメディアでは報じられない視点を僕なりの言葉で、伝えていければと思いますので、今回もよろしくお願いします。さて、最初から僕の動画を見ていただいている方々はご存知の通り、僕たち信仰を持つ2世の声は今のところすべて日本社会では黙殺されていて、また僕たちの存在までも否定されています。しかし、ここに来てアメリカではトランプ政権になって多くのことが変わってきました。その一例が宗教の自由を守る政策が進み、信仰を持った僕たちの声がアメリカでは浸透し、公平に以前より届くようになって、多くの人たちが僕たちの意見を聞いてくるようになったということです。ここまでの結果、海外では統一教会に対する宗教弾圧の認識が広がってきて、統一教会の解散命令はおかしいのではないかという意見も出るようになりました。そんな中、今年2月4日、アメリカのワシントン DC で行われた宗教の自由を促進するため、世界中の宗教団体が参加する IRF 国際宗教サミットでは、家庭連合の友好団体 UPF がスポンサーとなり、公式バンケットを開催。その場で信仰を持つ2世の声を発信する機会がありました。国際会議の場であるため、在日の国際カップルで多国籍のネイティブ英語を話す2世が主に日本の宗教弾圧について宗教家たちに訴えました。実際に国際会議の場で訴えた2世の声をこのチャンネルでもお届けします。ぜひ聞いてください。
I'm Tamami Nozoe.A second generation member of the Family Federation, born through the blessing ceremony, which is a marriage across religious, ethnic, and cultural boundaries to build peace. My parents also came from different religious backgrounds, Christianity and Shintoism. Shortly after the ceremony, my father was kidnapped and forced to abandon his faith. He risked his life to escape captivity and be reunited with my mother,which resulted in my birth on this earth. Since my grandmother was a Christian pastor, she was extremely worried about him. But for whatever reason, deprogramming should not happen in a democratic country like Japan. To criticize our blessing ceremony is to deny my own origins and identity. Living in Japan, I see so much biased media coverage about our church.Every time I'm exposed to it, I feel our basic rights to have faith are being denied.
Hello, my name is Shogo Tsukada. I'm a second generation member born into an international family with a Russian mother and a Japanese father. For about 20 years, my mother, along with her international friends, have been in cooperation with the local church youth group, participated in a large annual international fair,and I also have helped out many times myself. The visitors were really excited and appreciative of the diverse international dishes that we prepared, and we sent 10% of the proceeds to support the project called End Child for Children in the Philippines every time. However, after the incident involving former Prime Minister Abe, the event organizer asked us to withdraw our participation from the event just because of our connection with the Family Federation.The organizer even told us that we were not allowed to join another fair despite of our many years of trustworthy cooperation. As a result, our youth members were emotionally hurt and struggled to believe that public officials who are meant to serve the public and promote opportunities for everyone's growth were actually doing the opposite. They were selective and even deprived us of opportunities based on prejudice.I hope our country, Japan, and its people will be able to approach religion with a fair perspective as soon as possible.
My name is Aika Callahan, a second-generation member of Family Federation for World Peace and Unification, formerly known as the Unification Church. I'm involved with the youth group at one of the churches here in Japan. Throughout the year, we hold activities for the middle school and high school students for our community, and some students even attend church service every week. At the time of the assassination of former Prime Minister Shinzo Abe, some students shared with me their experiences at school and home. Teachers would tell their classrooms to be cautious of the Unification Church, of getting brainwashed by their followers. Watching the news became a source of stress because of the negative and sometimes false portrayal of the community that they grew up in. Many of the students in my youth group grew anxiety from being unable to share freely about themselves, or fear that once they do expose their ties with the Unification Church, they would be outcasted. Other students stopped coming to church and activities because they believed the media. We don't force our doctrine to our members. However, I feel that the way the Unification Church was treated and how the media portrayed us robbed the opportunity for the young people to learn about our values and teachings.
Hello and nice to meet you. My name is Seijin Anthony Shiratori. I'm a second generation believer of the FFWPU as well as a proud American. After the assassination of former Prime Minister Shinzo Abe, life changed drastically for Japanese members of the FFWPU, formerly known as the Unification Church. The barrage of negative coverage against the church that followed the incident was excruciating for us. I've been disappointed by the mainstream media, who many times would be willing to broadcast and spread content against my church, while hardly letting the voices of Family Federation members get out to the public. I'm alarmed how multiple media outlets have been featuring a nasty anti-cult activist, Mr. Eito Suzuki. This man has described members of the Family Federation as mentally deranged lunatics, as well as cockroaches in their breeding season. I feel that the media featuring hateful people like him will foster hatred rather than understanding towards religious minorities. Even when current members of the FFWP were covered in the news, many cases, their words were broadcasted along with negative comments by apostates and so-called anti-cult activists. I've seen this style of reporting when the Kyodo News interviewed Mr. Tomihiro Tanaka, who is the Japanese president of our church, and when Yomiuri TV broadcasted the words of a number of second-generation members. I could see how the mainstream media has been more of a political activist pushing a narrative which suits their interests rather than striving to inform the Japanese people of the truth. I understand that asking the media to be completely neutral is unrealistic. However, I strongly request that they work harder to show their audience the full picture of reality than only a partial one. Thank you.